Okay, so today we're going to work on this section. Not the trees in the front, the trees in the back. And we're going to mix cobalt blue, cadmium yellow light, and we'll have Payne's gray ready if I want to darken a bit, because there's like different values in there. It's not just one value. So I'm going to have some Payne's gray ready. I use Payne's gray golden. It has a little bit more blue than the Liquitex one, but Liquitex is fine too, as long as it's not black. All right. This is a number 4 bright, and I'm going to be using the corner, and I'm going to start from the back, from the darkest dark in there. I'm going to start a bit of highlights in there, just a tiny bit, and then I'm going to come forward. So slowly I will increase the lighter colors slowly. Okay, let's go with cobalt. Mix my cobalt with yellow, and you'll see your green looks bluish, and that's great. Don't highlight it too much. Don't put too much yellow, because if you do put too much yellow right now, we don't have room for highlights. Yellow is strong. So let's keep it dark, more bluish. This is too light right now. Hold on, let me just do one thing here. I'm going to stop recording for a minute. I'm going to pause. So just a little bit darker than what you see, bluer than what you see on the monitor, and darker. Just make sure that you're putting more blue than the yellow. And I'm just going to go to the back, the furthest, the ones in here, the dark ones in there, in here. I have to do this first layer. Very small. Okay, this is too light. That's why I need that. I need the Payne's gray. Let's see. That's better. Much better. Okay.
You're going right up to the top there?
Yes. Yes.
Can't see the top of the picture, actually.
You can't see it?
Oh, is that the top? Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
That's where it ends.
Okay. Okay. Mine's a bigger canvas, so I've got more stuff above.
Oh, okay.
That's deep. Sorry. Okay.
All right. We're just putting a bit of movement in the back. Okay. It's not that we want to see anything happening in there. Like, it doesn't have to be too clear, you know, like just a movement. So we kind of get rid of the darks that we have in here. And with the corner, I'm just using the corner of my brush. That's all I'm doing. And I'm just going back, dabbing back and forth, dabbing like this. Okay, nothing special. I'm just movement. I'm not trying to show a leaf. No, a shape of a leaf. I'm not trying to do that.
Are you leaving some black behind? So
Yes, I am. You can see it. It's like there's dark in there.
And you're going right off to the back, off the top, and right off to the side, right?
Yes, to here. You'll see in a minute when we start going to a lighter color, we'll push the lighter color over here a bit behind the chimney. if you hold your brush further away from you, from this, if you do this, you can do that, that's fine. It's harder though. If you push, just kind of keep your brush away from you, from the barrel. It's easier because the brush is you're not putting too much pressure. You're just kind of it's like a feather. This part is not a lot of work. It's just a couple of dabs, but we have a nice kind of movement in there that's not too strong. I mean, you're seeing it stronger than what I'm seeing. This camera picks up light very, it compensates for the light that I don't have here. Let me see if I put this on. Maybe it's better. Yeah. No.
And then you
Same.
find you're pushing down more than you're pushing up with your brush? You're pulling down,
Yes, I'm going
you're
this
pushing
way.
up, or you're doing both?
Both. When you're doing something like this, Bob, you don't want to have the same movement or the same direction. You want to change your directions all the time and change your, sometimes I'm going this way, like this. Sometimes, and then I switch down. I go this way, I go that way. You know, you just change it because these, the leaves in here are not going in the same direction, all of them. I'm gonna pause. So now it's I'm mixing a blue, cobalt blue and yellow, and it's darker than what you see on the screen. And we want to see a blue green in here.
But yet it's still lighter than what we just did, right?
Yes, lighter than what we, yeah. So there's no Payne's gray in it.
Okay.
So I'm going to start with where I see the color, and I see from here, from the back. Now I'm going to pay a bit more attention to my brush stroke because you can see it. I can see it because it's highlighted. But still, I am doing the same kind of brush stroke. Corner of my brush. That's awesome. Good. Don't push too hard. Like, don't push with your brush. Skim.
I have a heavy hand.
Skim. If you push, you know what happens? You get a larger, bigger.
Yeah.
See? So look, if I do this,
You
that's
have
different
such a
than
light
this.
touch.
This
I'm like a
because
bull
I'm
in a
holding.
china
You know what?
shop.
I'm holding it from here.
Oh, maybe
how
I'll go. Yeah, okay, that's better.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Because you cannot push if you're holding it from here. Just kind of it's easy.
So much better. Thank you. I was holding it like a 5-year-old
Yeah.
using
It's
crayon.
harder. It's harder, but it's harder, but it's easier. It's,
Yeah,
I don't know how to explain it,
I
honestly.
know what you mean. It's
Yeah.
okay. Oh, much better.
Keep an eye on what you're doing because you don't want to end up with, because we're working on dark, you will see that you might have a certain pattern that you're doing, repeating in the same direction.
Uh-huh.
Just keep an eye.
Is that what you want?
No, you don't want that.
Okay, so
This
you want
is-
us going
this
in
is-
all different directions.
Yeah, this is nature. It's not, it doesn't have
Okay.
it's organic. It's
Okay.
loose. Okay. I think I went in too much, so that's okay. I'm gonna take some of the Payne's Gray, and I'm gonna go in here and just get my dark back because I lost some of the darks.
Could you also review that triangle you said?
Well, kind of like this.
Okay, house is a triangle down to about the peak. Right down to the peak, huh?
To here. To here. Honestly, it doesn't matter, Bob. You know why? Because we're gonna put more like lighter here over the, we're gonna put more later on. So don't worry about that. It's gonna cover. Don't worry. Forget about this. This is the part that you can see. We can see right there. That's mostly the part that we can see. So that's the one I'm gonna keep an eye on and make sure that I work on it.
You know what else helps you keep the strokes in a different way is every once in a while move to your left hand.
Oh, that's a good idea too. Yeah. Yeah, changing hands makes a big difference. Okay, okay, I got back my darks because I lost them.
You get such dimension in there, Lael.
In here, in yours too, right? Because
Not as much as you, but I need to add more back, the other light green again.
you want to add the light green, or do you want to
Well, I
add the
just like the way
dark?
you've got there's certain areas that are almost, you can see depth.
That's because there's dark in there too. I didn't
Right.
lose my darks. That's when the only way to see the depth is to have darks. Otherwise, it'll be flat.
Yeah. Nice.
Mm. It's very, very light on the screen. Okay, so next step, I'm going to be highlighting a little bit more. So I am mixing the same, and I'm still keeping my greens more bluish in here. Now, if I come and put some highlight with this, you're not going to see it because it's not enough. And I don't want to bring yellow in here, too much yellow. So if I want to make my color lighter and I don't want to bring yellow in there, I'm going to use a bit of white. That will keep my green. It will keep my green more on the bluish side because I'm not bringing in yellow, but it will highlight my green. So let's put some white in here. And if I find that it's too white, too blah, too, then I will bring in a tiny bit of yellow and put it in it. There. So this way, I really don't have to bring too much yellow to highlight it. White will take care of that. I'll bring in a bit of yellow to keep it more kind of natural looking. Now, because I'm highlighting and I'm putting white and more yellow, I'm going to see my brush stroke more. So in order not to lose my depth, because there's a beautiful depth right now in here, I'm going to be very careful. Wipe my brush, come in here, and just kind of make sure that I'm highlighting enough, not too much. Not too much meaning not too much big area. Just enough for me to see a third level of highlights. This is our third. Come here. Keep an eye on the reference when you're highlighting. Sometimes I see a bunch of leaves and I don't like the shape. I don't have to do it exactly the way I see it. Okay, let's go down here. Let's put some water. Let's go down. There are 3 beautiful leaves in here, or a couple that I can see. And that's where I'm going to pay more attention to the shape of the leaves I'm putting in here, because I'm highlighting. All right. Okay, good. I'm going to wait for it to dry.
I think this is your gift, Lael, doing these things. Still struggling with the brush here, but it's better.
Okay, Deborah, I paint every day. That's why. It's just practice. Honestly, that's why.
Yeah.
So
I'm the same, Deborah. I can't get those little fluffy brush marks, but
when you practice, I've noticed since I've been doing this, from, since we've been doing this with COVID online, because I'm doing demos every week, 3 times, 4 times a week demos. I've noticed I've improved even myself. Like sometimes I feel like, how did this happen? It's just because it's practice, because I'm practicing every day.
Yeah,
That's it.
that helps.
Yes, it
Yeah.
helps. It's like anything else, when you're learning anything, you practice. That's what you do. And that's how you become better at what you're
That's so
doing. Just
true.
practice.
plus
There's
you've been
no
doing this
magic.
since you were 12 or sooner.
Well, it helps if you're immersed in it. You like
Yeah,
what you're doing, and
absolutely.
it helps.
Like I used to draw all the time, and I had some lovely drawings when I was younger. They would be shown at school, and everybody used to, and the family would say, "Oh my God, that's so lovely." But then I got out of it for like 10, 15 years,
Yes.
and I didn't
Yep.
draw, and I draw again, and it's like, holy mackerel, what happened?
Yeah. No, practice. That's it. It's like riding a bicycle. That they say to you, you know how to ride the bicycle, but when you don't do it for a couple of years, you have to practice. You have to just kind of
Yeah.
train yourself again. It's the same thing. It comes back. It comes back easily when you love what you're doing, and you have the talent for it. Even
Yeah.
without talent, I'm telling you, some people I've seen, they don't really have the talent, but oh my God, they're persistent.
They develop the skill though,
Yeah,
right? If you practice,
I had an art teacher in high school, and she would say, I can teach anybody the skills of how to draw, but it's what you do with it. That's where the talent comes in.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Same like with anything. If you want to learn how to swim, you need to practice. If you want to know how to drive, you need to practice. It's the same.
Mhm. But it's learning too. It's the learning portion so that you understand sort of the
Yes.
science of what you're doing.
Yes.
And
Yes.
then the practice makes it perfect.
Right. Exactly. Yes. You need to understand what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm the brush strokes I'm adding, because they are really highlighted, they're less. So I can still see the dark, the medium in between, and the highlighted ones. So if I add too much of the highlighted ones, I'm not going to see the darks and the mediums anymore, and I'm going to lose my depth. That's it. It will be flat. When you highlight, if you put too much highlight, you flatten what your color. You flatten that scene or whatever you're doing. There's no depth anymore. If you do that, that's okay. Just go back. No problem. That's just paint. And then just put it back. So I'm looking at my painting here, and I see this highlight right there. It looks like a round ball right there. And then it goes sharp line right there in here. So I need to soften this a bit with medium tone, not light. It's not a highlight. I'm not highlighting. And I'm going to bring in some of that to the corner. This is not a highlight. It's a medium tone. I'm gonna go back. Take a bit of Payne's gray. And adjust this. Go in with some darks. Soften this. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do is this a hint of this dark in there, and none of this dabbing and pointy little things in there. So I'm mixing the same cobalt blue, cadmium yellow light, and Payne's gray, and with the corner of my brush, just make sure it's clean. I'm gonna
Is it
come
fairly-
here,
Fairly dark.
dark, yeah, dark. And I'm gonna come here, and then I'm just gonna slowly. I want to see some sky. And if you lose the sky, that's okay, we can put it back. But the thing about this is having it fluffy at the end, at the edge.
And that's still the bright brush, Lael? Yeah,
Yeah, that's still, sorry.
the bright brush.
Yes, yes, I'm still using the same brush. So when I'm dabbing,
My
I'm
dabbing is
dabbing.
getting very fat.
no, don't dab and overlap your dabs. Slowly, overlap. Take your time. Don't rush. Take your time.
Oops.
It just frames the painting. Up top, it doesn't have to be, small dabbing. Could be big dabbing in there. Okay, that's good. Because I can always go back with the blue and open up if I feel it's too heavy. I'm making it less and higher than what I see in the picture. a little bit higher. I'm not bringing those down all the way. Now they go over the roof. The roof is not done. That's okay. Just kind of go around it. So, all right, let's bring some down a bit over on this side. All right. All right, now what I'm going to do, same thing, but I'm going to highlight. So I'm going to take yellow and blue, only yellow and blue, and no sorry, no Payne's gray. And I'm just going to highlight a bit here. Let's highlight the other side. Bit of white. Yellow. Come on, come up here. Highlight this part. Don't highlight too much. We don't need to do that. Okay,
Okay, I'm going mushy here.
you're getting mushy.
I'm getting mushy.
Okay, getting mushy.
I need that
So
white.
mushy? No, mushy dark or light?
Just, I don't know, just mushy, just.
Because there's no difference.
definition.
Because there's no
I
difference
don't know, I'm just trying, maybe I'm going too fast.
in your values. Your values need to be different. So if you have darks, when you start highlighting over that, you need to see that. You need
Yeah,
to
but
see
I'm
that.
only halfway across the line to the building. And it's just starting to fill in too much.
Are you going too fast?
You going too fast, I'm not.
Okay.
And it sounds like it's a consensus.
Okay, hold on. I have to see what you're doing. I have to see it.
All right, here it is.
Okay, Nate, wait.